OMG, I am so craving a pumpkin spice latte. Okay, no, I do not talk like that. And to be completely honest, I've actually never had a pumpkin spice latte before in my life, so how could I be craving one? That being said, I know once the leaves start turning colors, you start to crave that autumn treat, which is actually quite unfortunate because it's not healthy. Hopefully you know that by now. What I plan to do is recreate this pumpkin spice latte in a healthy fashion, because that's what I do here on GiGi Eats Celebrities. You may now be thinking, well, how on earth can you, GiGi, recreate this recipe if you've never actually had one before in your life? Well, I have some secret sources that gave me the lowdown on this pumpkin spiced drink. You guys know who you are, and I would wink, but I look really dumb when I wink. Wait, I kinda always look dumb, so let's try. So what are we waiting for? Let's make this PSL. Obviously, the first thing you need for this recipe is pumpkin. Of course. So I've got my pumpkin right here. And I'm gonna go heavy on the pumpkin because pumpkin is really healthy for you. And in the typical recipe that you find at coffee shops, yeah, they only really use pumpkin flavor. So I wanna actually use the good stuff. I am going to use 1/4 cup of pumpkin, put a 1/2 cup of flax milk into my bowl. That was perfectly measured because I'm amazing. A 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract into my mixture here. And I finished it. Yes, I love when I finish things from my pantry so I can throw it away. I am going to put a cup of coffee. This is really warm coffee. Now I heard that you can drink this either cold or hot, but a lot of people actually like it warm, so that's what I'm gonna do. Looking pretty tasty. And what's a pumpkin spice latte without pumpkin spice? So I'm gonna put a 1/2 teaspoon of that into my mixture as well. You can be a little liberal with that. Pumpkin spice is very healthy for you as well. Ooh, it smells really good. That just added a whole je ne sais quoi to my bowl. Although, I do know what it is. It's pumpkin spice, so it's not necessarily a je ne sais quoi. It just sounded fancy. So far, this smells absolutely incredible. I'm not quite done yet because I'm actually gonna put a scoop of protein powder into this to kick it up a notch. I have my trusty NuZest here, so just 1 scoop of vanilla protein powder is going into the bowl. NuZest is a vegan protein, by the way, so all you vegans out there, this recipe is totally for you. Oh, and NuZest is also paleo, so what up? Well, I have all of the ingredients I want in my bowl, and I'm just gonna whisk it up. You could put this in a blender and blend it up if you want, but I didn't feel like cleaning my blender today. All right, everything looks blended, smells absolutely amazing, but I've never tried this recipe before, so I'm gonna actually have a little sample, see if I need to add something, and go from there. So far, this is really good, but I think what it needs now is a little sweetener. Of course, I'm gonna use stevia because that's my go-to option, but you can use any sweetener that works well on your stomach, except for sugar, because that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to get rid of the sugar in the pumpkin spice latte. So if you make this recipe and add sugar, well then you might as well go to the coffee shop and have them make you a pumpkin spice latte. I just added 2 tablespoons of stevia. I'm gonna whisk that in, and now I'm gonna sample it again, and I'm gonna see if it needs a little bit more. Ooh! No, it doesn't. This is so perfect. If this is what the pumpkin spice lattes at the stores taste like, then I understand why you guys have cravings for them. Now you might think my recipe is done, but it's actually not. I have 1 more ingredient I'm going to be adding to this. I am actually going to be adding coconut oil. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of coconut oil, and it's gonna give it a nice creaminess. The coconut oil I'm using today is KELAPO. It's extra virgin coconut oil. It's full of those medium chain fatty acids that are so good for you that everyone needs to include in their diet, just saying. And when you make a pumpkin spice latte at home, it's very easy to include it in your life. It even says here right on the back, the unique flavors of this extra virgin coconut oil turn any ordinary meal into a truly indulgent experience. So while this right here is already tasty by itself, adding a little of this coconut oil is gonna make it a truly extraordinary experience. Well, we'll see if that's true. 1 generous tablespoon of coconut oil. And hey, coconut oil is good for you, right? So I'm just gonna lick it off my spoon. Oh, wow. I am not gonna use this tablespoon again, don't worry. However, this recipe is just for me, so it doesn't really matter. If I had no self-restraint, I would probably just be eating with this spoon right now. Well, now I'm gonna see if this is truly an extraordinary treat. That's good. That is really good. Now, if you want to make it a little thicker, you can always add a little more coconut oil or a little more pumpkin whatever you fancy. For me though, this is pretty good by itself. Maybe I should actually put it in a cup now and drink it like a normal person would, as opposed to spooning my pumpkin latte in my face. Although I have a feeling some of you actually do that. As I said, people have told me that you can drink this pumpkin spice latte cold or hot, but I'm gonna go the hot approach. And since I added all my ingredients to the coffee, the temperature of the pumpkin spice latte has actually become tepid. What you could do is put it in a saucepan on your stove, but since I'm very impatient, I'm just gonna stick it in the microwave for like 30 seconds to a minute. Ah! The latte is done! And now, I'm gonna gulp it down and see how I like it. Okay, ladies, and you gentlemen too, I know you guys like pumpkin spice lattes as well. This right here is so damn good. That coconut oil right on top gives it such a nice creaminess. The flax milk also lends a good flavor, but really what stands out the most is the pumpkin and the pumpkin spice, which obviously that's what should stand out considering this is a pumpkin spice latte. Well done, GiGi, well done. I am so impressed with you. I wish I had a taste tester here to tell me if it's good or not, but at the same time, I'm glad they're not here because I just want to drink this all myself, and I'm going to. With that being said, do leave me a comment below letting me know if you like pumpkin spice lattes or if you think they're overrated. Have you ever made a pumpkin spice latte in the comfort of your own home before? If so, what was your recipe? Also, have you ever added coconut oil to a drink? I think I'm gonna start doing this far more often. Thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and make yourself a healthy pumpkin spice latte. Whee! This drink right here is like so on fleek. Okay, again, I do not talk like that. Yikes.